SchmutzCast 14.
14.
For those that don't know, obviously we record these most of the time on Sundays. And this Sunday just so happens to be the one before Halloween. Spooky. Dun, dun, dun. First idea was to have it candlelit. That was scrapped. Second idea was to have the LEDs go red, and my remote doesn't work. So you got normal SchmutzCast this week. Fuck 'em.
The first idea was that we were going to dress up,
Oh, that was the first idea.
and that was scratched.
That was scratched.
I don't have a costume. I
You're
don't.
lucky you're getting a fucking podcast.
Well,
after the
hungover
weekend that
as
we
shit.
after the weekend that we had.
For 2 days straight, I have been undeniably drunk.
After the weekend that we had, I'm surprised that we're still here
Me
and
too.
alive.
And but you know what? we're focusing up. It's a Sunday. We're here for SchmutzCast, and then Monday morning, we hop right back to it.
hop right back to
Weekend
it.
warriors
To the grind.
to the grind.
I'm an old man now. I don't get drunk anymore. I can't remember the last time I was legitimately drunk.
Really?
Really?
Like, I was on the verge at the Beer Olympics at your house. I was really fucking close. It was a real hardcore buzz, but I was not drunk. I didn't drive home, but I 100%, like, not to say that I ever drive under the influence. I don't. But if I were to, I probably would have been fine. But I didn't because, smart citizen.
You know, you said something there that made me really think. You said you can't remember the last time you were pretty unbelievably drunk.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't think anyone can really remember the last time that they're unbelievably drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about
if you get to that point.
No, I'm saying, God, that's not what I mean. I mean that I'm an old man and would rather sit home and play fucking Call of Duty and 2K than fucking...
That is old man shit right
That is
there.
old man shit. That is old man shit. I've got my woman. I ain't got to go look for women. I don't do fucking drugs. I just drink beer and play video games, and the beer doesn't even fucking do anything to me. It just tastes good. I like beer taste.
Damn.
As you can fucking tell. I'm an old fucking man. But maybe that'll change when I get a house. Maybe I'll just be a fucking new light out of this boy.
Yeah, you're about to hit a whole new... Because... It's a whole new kind of phase whenever you have your own place. You ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've already hit the old man phase, and I still have yet to ever live outside of my fucking parents' house.
Well, that's what this is for.
only for another week and a half, though.
This is going to be your transformation from basement dwelling incel to fully...
The funny thing is, the podcast is going to be filmed in the basement still. I'm still going to be a basement dweller, baby.
Oh, God.
LT he's transforming himself. Like, he's like, what do they call it in Pokemon when they go?
I'm evolving.
He's evolving.
Yeah.
He's turning into he's breaking out of his chrysalis.
Next thing we know, he's gonna be wearing like jean shorts, not jorts that are like cut off, but like jean shorts,
like legitimate
right?
dad shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Jean shorts. He's gonna be wearing a polo around the entire house. And he's going to
always how's dinner going, honey?
He's gonna have. There's gonna be one drawer that's got like pens and stuff and a tape measure in there. There's gonna be a tape measure in there.
My grandma has a drawer like that. That's not a dad thing.
That's a dad thing.
You gotta have your junk. That's called the
We're
junk
gonna be
drawer.
like, Timberlake, you want to hang out? He's like, I gotta mow.
Well, luckily I don't have that big of a yard.
I got to mow.
Megan wants me to put some mulch in around the trees in the front.
Hey, man, I do want my house to look pretty.
We gotta put some of the landscaping paper down today. You know, it's the only good day. I'm looking at the weather an awful lot lately. You know, it's like
some rain coming in.
I always look at the weather. I've looked at the weather for years.
So you've been doing
I look
dad
at the
things
weather
for years.
every day.
We'll get a call out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey, you got a tarp?
Hey, you got a tarp?
You got any tarp? All right, I'll call you back." And then we won't hear from him for weeks.
Hey, tell me Ryan isn't also going through the same thing I'm going through.
Yeah, but Ryan's been had his own
on
place.
Friday night,
for you.
Friday night, he skipped a bunch of parties too, and he don't even have a woman.
I know he did. He skipped our party. And speaking of, where were you at? Too?
I told them. I fucking stayed home and played Call of Duty.
I respect that.
I mean, yeah, I respect that.
Megan wanted to watch the Kardashians. I wanted to play Call of Duty.
Megan wanted to watch
Kardashians. You watched the Kardashians? How was it?
I mean, you didn't have a costume, so you couldn't have kept
I just had her call me over there when Kanye was on the screen.
Fuck's sake.
Are they new episodes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Wait,
know.
hold on.
New episodes
what
coming
is
out.
the Kardashians like now
It's like a Netflix reality
everything?
TV kind of.
It's reality
like
TV,
what is it
yeah.
like now?
Is it
with
Well, it's
all
all
the
of
new-
them fighting.
Well, didn't they
each
just
other.
start a new one?
Yeah. It's on
I
Netflix.
wonder how that
The
is.
Kardashians without Kanye.
Keeping up with Kanye.
I don't know. I think it's fucking ridiculous. Who cares? what
Oh,
they're doing?
no, yeah, exactly.
I totally get how like women could find it entertaining. Like I get it.
Well, anybody. I mean, yeah, it's.
I don't. I mean, I
mean,
don't find it
obviously,
entertaining, but it is.
We don't. But
In between lobbies, when Call of Duty would fucking kick me every 20 fucking seconds on launch day, which was a fucking debacle. I stayed up
It's
till
probably
fucking
overloaded.
Dude, I stayed up till fucking midnight to play that, and all the guys got on at midnight, and we were all fucking on except you.
oh,
You were on before that. But you
Yeah.
didn't get on at midnight. But we got on, and it took us 45 minutes to get into the first match.
Jesus.
We all had it downloaded, ready to go. It took us 45 minutes
Were
to
the
play the first match.
servers that bad?
The queue, you had to get in a queue just to get into the game, and then when you got in the game, more times than not, one person in the party would get dashboarded.
Why?
It's
Just
it's
lag.
glitchy as shit. It's glitchy as shit. It had nothing to do with lag.
Was it playing?
I
well
think
when
their
it worked?
servers were in very good condition. Like when you were in the game, there wasn't a lot of lag going on.
How are the
But to
maps?
get into the game, the maps are pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's
I saw that there was one map that it's like it's just a road and there's like cars
it's
on
cool
both
as fuck,
sides.
dude.
What?
It's cool as fuck. It's an overpass in a city, and that's the whole map. It's one lane. It's a one lane map.
That's so sick.
And there's a bunch of cars. It's like a traffic jam. It's cool.
That's
it's a really
so
cool map.
You can't get
Yeah.
outside of the cars.
You just
or
have to.
nothing. You have
It's
to
just
stay
like
in
a
the
real.
lane.
It's a push.
Yeah, there's a
Oh.
walkway on each side, but it's literally like a one-person walkway.
Oh my god.
Like it's like a sniper lane basically, and then the middle is just a fucking crazy debacle.
Damn.
But
We might have to run some games later.
I'm
That sounds crazy.
I'm gonna be playing it. I'm gonna be streaming it after this. So
No,
Is
no.
it split screen?
yeah, there is split screen, but I didn't play the campaign. Fuck the
Well,
campaign.
shit. I'll go
Campaign's
to
trash.
Stilgers. I'll get my. Is my Xbox?
Xbox is right there.
I might bring it to Stilgers. Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
It is not split screen, but it does have that DMZ mode, which I hope was recording.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was, but
I don't know.
hot run DMZ mode and Warzone are going to be separate. Warzone is going to be Battle Royale. DMZ mode is going to be like Escape from Tarkov. You got an Xbox recently. What have you been playing? What's your thing?
So here's the thing. I do not have internet at my house.
Oof.
So the only times I've been able to go download any games is when I go to my sister's house. She has internet. It's not that great. So
Why don't you bring it here? You could bring
We did
it
a
here.
we did a LAN party at my
haven't
house.
thought about that till today, if I'm being
I've told
honest.
you that every week.
I know.
Well, we
I
did
even told you that with your old Xbox.
we did a LAN party at my house like a week ago.
Regardless, all the games I have are less than 10 gigabytes. So I've been playing all these old games that I've played before. So I've just been kind of like, I drained through, I've been playing New Vegas a lot. I got fucking Peggle for some reason. I was playing Peggle.
Before you leave here, I've got my Xbox games packed up, but I'll just bust the box open and just borrow some ones that you want to play.
Would I be able to play it though without downloading
Some of
anything?
them, yeah. Unfortunately, you probably won't be able to do Cyberpunk, but
I'll take a look.
like The Witcher, you like The Witcher?
I love The Witcher.
The Witcher 3, I've got that on Xbox.
It's a great game.
But
Also, I was playing Trek to Yomi too.
Trek to Yomi.
That's a cool ass game.
It is
Trek to
cool.
Yomi.
It's really artistically like
Is that the one with the ball rolling down? Where it
that's
collects
Super
shit?
Monkey Ball.
Where it collects stuff?
No,
What's
no,
that
that's
one? The
that's
Japanese one?
Katamari.
Katamari. I love that game.
That game is awesome.
Trek
No,
to
Trek-
Yomi is a samurai game that's it's a 2D plane that you play on, but the graphics are in 3D. The set pieces are in 3D.
incredible
And
graphics.
it's all black and white.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's pretty dope.
And
It's
it's
like a
so
lot of
cool.
shadows. It's really interesting.
The camera angles that they use too, because like if you, as you're running along the line, like the camera will move with it and like it'll adjust as you're running and stuff.
It's really
like that.
cinematics.
It's very
like-
cinematic and it's hard too. Like I was
It's hard as
surprised how
shit.
hard it was. There's these motherfuckers come out with spears, and it took me
Yeah.
one of the early bosses. It took me like several tries to beat him, and it's a very difficult game, but it's really cool.
Do you buy any games digitally?
Yeah, I've started to buy all my games digitally now. Whenever I first, I shouldn't say whenever I first, but whenever I really got into gaming, like when we were coaching, like because that was the time we were
Yeah,
like
we were playing
LAN
a lot.
partying like every weekend
All
over
the
here.
time, yeah.
5-man siege parties all the time.
Oh, it was so good. But
We gonna do that again.
up until that point, I was always buying disc copies.
Me too.
But then whenever we started doing that, I was like, man, I don't want to keep packing up my games to come over to LT, so I'm just gonna buy digital.
Yep.
So I bought digital from
Well,
John.
what I was gonna say is you all could game share, and then he could play all the games that you buy, and you could play all the games he buys.
Yeah.
Like Gotham Knights, that's how I'm playing Gotham Knights. I didn't buy it. Stilger bought it.
Are you able to game share with more than one person?
No.
Really?
I haven't proven that fact, but I'm going to assume no. The whole idea is that you're sharing your games with somebody in your same household. So it would be like, the way it's supposed to be is that, like, if my dad had an Xbox, I could game share with him because we live in the same house. What me and Stilger did is I made Stilger's home Xbox I made Stilger's Xbox my home Xbox on my profile. And then he made my Xbox his home Xbox on his profile. So now he has Game Pass because I buy Game Pass. And he bought Gotham Knights, so I got to play that. And he's getting to play Call of Duty because I bought Call of Duty. So, like, and Zach and Lou do that, and they were the ones that told me and Stilger about it. So I took Stilger off the market early because I know he buys all kinds of fucking games. And I was like, in return, you get Game Pass. So, like, I'm kind of holding up my end of the bargain.
Smart, very smart.
You know, I do wish that they would add more stuff on Game Pass at this point, though, because I feel like back.
There's hundreds of games on Game Pass.
Dude,
I don't think
play
there's
for a
that
lifetime and not
many
make it through all that shit.
great games. I think they used to have better games.
What are
on
you
it when
talking
I've seen
about?
it
Farming
before.
Simulator and lawn mowing simulator on there, man.
Yeah,
just
they're
like-
gas.
But they are like Netflix. They cycle games in and out all
I know.
the time.
Like at this point right now, there's not that many games I want to
Dude,
play.
there's
Like
so many
Deathloop's on there. I really want to play Deathloop.
all Bethesda games are on there.
I've
all
already played them
Microsoft
all.
Studio
That's
games.
like one of the main issues I'm running into right now is because all the games I ended up downloading because they're all small. They're all old games that I played before, like New Vegas. I got
think
Banjo
one
Tooie.
that
They're
it
all
takes
games
up
I
a lot
played
of hard
before.
drive space or SSD space technically, but one that you really would like, I think, is Microsoft Flight Simulator, and that's
I've played that here.
Ooh.
that's fun as fuck.
That game
ain't gonna
is
be able to
pretty
play it.
fun.
I remember we played it. We played it here that one time.
It's so fun.
I do want to get a new Xbox though. I've been talking about getting one of the newer generation Xboxes for how fucking long.
So
I was at Walmart the other day.
originally, I
How much?
told like
500?
everybody that get the Series S or the Series X. It doesn't matter, but it depends what you want. Like if you want to be able to play every game that Xbox puts out, you need to do Series X because even the Series S chugs a little bit on Flight Simulator. There's gonna be games that don't play well on that. Plus, you cannot play discs on the Series S. There is no disc
Yeah.
drive. So any games that you do have on disc, you're not playing them.
Well, plus it just seemed like it was more worth getting a Series X because I got a Series X, and because it has higher frame rate and shit too, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like
it's got
just
more
runs
powerful
better.
GPU in it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just made a lot more sense to
I'm
if
glad
you
you
could
got
find one. I am too.
You need this week when you're not busy, bring your Xbox over and we'll get all your shit updated. We'll install a bunch of fucking games for you because my internet's like 400 meg.
Yeah,
So,
I know
like,
you have good ass
Yeah, his
internet.
internet's amazing.
Like I downloaded COD, 100 gig COD in like fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'll just
Like
do that.
it's fast as shit over here, and that has me worried about moving because there are people that have cable internet, which I did not. I never had internet in my life until I had fiber, which is what I have now.
Ugh.
Fiber shits on everything.
Yeah.
Fiber is so fucking fast. That's what every site at my job, all the different offices, they've all been converted to fiber because cable is way too fucking slow anymore. Like back in the day, cable internet was like you getting 10 meg, you're flying.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like an update on COD, if you got 10 meg, you ain't playing COD that day. You're
Right.
waiting until the next day.
Yeah.
So like, and we had how many Xboxes in here the other night?
5, 6.
5, 6, and we were
Yeah.
all running at like 10 to 15 ping on the
Yeah.
same game
Oh yeah, we
at
were
the same time.
we were cruising.
It was fun. And mainstream, I love them. They're great. I wish I could get mainstream out in the city, but
What kind of Wi-Fi are you gonna have there?
I'm gonna have AT&T, but I don't
it-
know if it's gonna be cable or
was gonna
fiber.
say, is it
That's
gonna
what
be
I'm kind of
fiber?
worried about. Because if it's cable, it's gonna be very hard to stream.
Even if it's cable, it's still gonna have.
It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be
It's just
fine.
I'm not gonna be able to stream and like Megan watch a TV show. Probably, I
Yeah.
doubt that'll be able to happen.
LT
Yeah.
comes back here just to do his streams every night.
Hey, back at the parents' house. But yeah,
It's like his office.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad you got an Xbox. Now that once you get internet, you both will be able to play because he's got an Xbox too.
Yeah, once we get internet, I want to get like Siege and because I like Siege a
Yeah.
lot.
Siege is on
fun
Game
shit,
Pass,
can't
but
but
wait
you
till we
only
get
get for
internet.
Zach got the Game Pass version of Siege, and it only has year 2 characters. I don't understand why that wouldn't
There's
have year
2
1.
versions on Game Pass. He probably downloaded the wrong one.
Oh, okay. So there's because there was the deluxe and then there was the normal. So the deluxe probably just has year 2
Yeah.
I was gonna say because I think I downloaded it on.
because you
Game
have all
Pass
the
also.
characters, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've only paid for one character. I think.
I think they took it off Game Pass for like a month, and I think you bought it, didn't you? You bought the game, didn't you? No, they never did take it off Game Pass. You just bought Game Pass. That's what it was.
I bought because we ran into the issue here. Remember where I
Yes,
could not get my
God.
Game Pass to work.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like
Mm.
it was like saying that it couldn't.
Yeah, you
do
paid
something.
for it and you didn't fucking get anything out of it. It fucking sucked for that little bit, but you have it ironed out now, right? You
Yeah,
have,
I
you have
mean-
Game Pass.
I got Game Pass and it's been. I mean, I haven't had any hiccups with it since then.
When you talk about
knock on
like
wood.
gaming with as entertainment, gaming has stayed at a stagnant price with games. Games have been like $60 for
Yeah.
a long fucking time. Since the 90s, they were $60 per game. Now they're up to like 70 and they're only going to get higher. But like Game Pass, when you look at Game Pass as a value, you're adding like what, $4 onto your monthly subscription to Xbox Live itself, and you get access to hundreds of games that are
Oh,
fucking
It's
fire.
the best deal ever.
It like there's been nothing in gaming that
Yeah.
has been that good of a fucking deal.
it changes a lot. I know I just said earlier that I wish they had different
I was gonna
games,
say,
but,
like, that
but,
is
like,
a
it
strong statement.
It's still like very much a very nice deal because like I just said, Deathloop that's
Yeah.
still $60.
Right.
Like
Yes.
as soon as I take my Xbox over here, I'm gonna have that.
Yeah.
The first month it's only $1.
and they usually
just like
have
a
like the
library,
previous
you know?
year
Yeah.
like 2Ks and stuff on there, don't
Yeah,
they?
I was
Yeah.
They got the
disappointed that they don't
Madden,
have that
they
in
got-
PGA anymore. They don't have PGA in 2K.
Even 2K21. Well,
I didn't see it.
usually
They have
in
Madden, I think.
They
do
have
Madden.
Madden.
They do have Madden.
They
so
always
it's
have
like
Madden.
the way it works is January or February-ish. It may coincide with Super Bowl time is when they put Madden on Game Pass, and then around late regular season NBA is when it's about March when they drop 2K on Game Pass, and then PGA has been on Game Pass for a while.
Yeah.
I didn't see it on there. Maybe
Should be.
I saw the Roy McIlroy game. It wasn't 2K. It was the EA version
Yeah,
of it. But
that game's pretty fucking fun.
is
though.
it?
That one, that uses the Frostbite engine, which is really cool because it's like
yeah.
that's what Battlefield uses.
Yeah, right.
There's one golf course that like a battleship runs into the course and you have to shoot your golf ball through it. I always thought that was cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
What the heck kind of golf game is this?
It's pretty fun.
It's
But
on Game
old.
Pass?
Yeah,
I kind of want to get it then.
it's fun as shit. Yeah. Well,
We
the
can LAN
disc
party that
version of
game.
it is
Let's
like
do it.
$80 now because it's
Damn.
rare.
Really?
Like it wasn't big when it first came out. Like
I
it
never
was a
heard
flop.
about it. Yeah.
That was the last EA golf game because Tiger Woods was always an EA game.
That was the only one that I knew
Yes.
was the Tiger Woods game.
So that flopped so hard they quit making them, and then 2K bought the rights to the PGA games. So that is the last EA Sports golf game, and it flopped so hard that not a ton were made. So if you have a copy of it, it's worth a lot, and I have a copy of
I
it.
think I had that Tiger Woods EA
He had to slip that
golf
in there.
for the Wii.
We had it for the Wii.
I think I had it for the Wii, yeah.
The
How
Wii
was
versions
that?
were fun.
I never played the Wii
It
version.
was,
I watched my brother
It was
play it.
fun. I
Right.
mean, it was like, it was different than doing it like with a controller because you're obviously playing with the Wii, you know?
It was
Yeah.
honestly better. A lot of people say that Wii Sports golf was better, but I really liked the Tiger Woods
Yeah,
games.
Wii
on
Sports
the
golf
Wii.
is fun as shit though.
Dude, they're
We
adding
gotta
that
be
to the
honest.
Switch.
I
The
saw that.
Switch Sports.
I saw
It's
that.
gonna be a free update.
Well, did you see the? There's a golf game for the Oculus that our roommate Ethan has, and he let me play it. It's
Yes.
weird because like, especially since it's VR, like, like being that all of us play golf, like
Yeah.
the swing is real. Like it feels like you're actually swinging, and it's VR, so you feel like you're actually there. But like, it's so weird going through the shot because you don't actually hit anything.
You don't get resistance, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I have a boxing game on there, and I go too hard in it. And every single time I play that boxing game on the VR, like since I'm not actually hitting anything, but I'm throwing punches like I actually am, I fuck up my shoulder every single time I play it. So it's just, it's kind of like that with the Wii, but I don't know. I wish there was a way that it could
Add the resistance.
I
Yeah.
figured
You know,
something out that the Oculus, you can hook that up to a PC and use it as a PC VR headset. So you should bring it over sometime, and I'll hook up. There's some PC specific games that are really fucking cool.
Ethan downloaded, or yeah, he got Steam on his computer, so he could start doing that too. And
And,
download Steam
like,
games on his Oculus.
There's gonna be some games that even my computer won't even run. Like I've got a 1080 Ti, and it's still like not enough to run a lot of those. But there's some really cool like first person shooter ones, and there's some like driving simulator ones that are really cool.
That'd be fun.
What were you saying? I interrupted you.
Yeah, it was gonna be a transition
Oh.
because I mean he was talking about boxing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good. That was gonna be good. You fucked it up.
I fucked it up.
Well, let's make the transition.
Well, speaking of boxing, what
Speaking of
about
boxing.
Jake Paul and his fucking fake bullshit?
God, boxing is so fucking
Bro,
big, bro.
Logan
so
Paul
annoying.
is literally in WWE, and his fights are more real than Jake Paul's.
I feel like Logan's the more respectable one out of the two.
I like.
don't mind
Nowadays,
him as
I
much.
actually like Logan
I
Paul.
feel like he actually
Oh,
kind of
no, I
Jake
think they're
Jake is
both
like that
pieces of
annoying
shit.
little brother.
I think they're pieces of shit, but
Absolute pieces
Logan
of shit.
Paul has
After
changed
the
his
whole
whole
Suicide
persona.
Forest shit,
Since then,
That
he has
was-
legit changed
he
his
I
persona.
don't give a
has.
fuck.
It's
I
like
don't
it's
give a
like it's
fuck.
like
That
he
was
acknowledged
gross.
that
That
how
was so
ridiculous they were being.
that was so gross, dude. They're just blatant cash grabbing sucks.
Well,
Jake Paul's
they,
so
they
much
have
worse,
always
though.
been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's-
know.
I respect it enough.
No,
that-
I don't.
I mean,
don't.
I don't want to do it myself, but I mean, they found a way to make their money. Now,
Terrible.
Jake Paul's is a little different for me because he didn't video anybody dead in a fucking suicide forest, so
Yeah.
it's a little different. But
Yeah.
like all of these fights that Jake Paul have been in, I'm 100% in belief that they are fucking paid. Like,
I just wish he'd actually fight a boxer.
If
Like,
he would, he'd get his ass canned, bro.
yeah, he would get.
I
Canned.
mean,
Yeah.
even just actually like putting it as a
He was
ranked
fighting old
match,
guys.
He's
Boxing
fighting Ben
has such a-
Askren, who's a wrestler
Yeah.
in the UFC.
Boxing has such a bad history.
Anderson Silva is old as hell. Like,
Tyron Woodley is not in the same weight class and also is old.
I saw a video of him earlier. I think it was like on Instagram Reels or something of Jake Paul, and it looked almost like he had like a stomach suit kind of put on, where it looked like made him look like he had a really big gut or something like that. And he was talking some shit to someone. I just scrolled right past it, wasn't really paying attention because fuck that guy.
It was like a heat pack thing or something.
I don't know, but it was like it looked like it had a belly button. It looked like it was like molded to his body, and they tried to put like makeup so that the tones would match.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was weird, but the tones were just slightly off, so it looked fake. But I don't know what the heck that was
I
about.
do like what Jake Paul does towards Dana White, though. I don't hate Dana White. I think Dana White's a piece of shit.
Oh, you mean like the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing?
I really think that what he's trying to do for UFC fighters is good. Now, I don't like that he talks so much fucking shit to all these people and thinks he's like the greatest boxer of all time when like it is very obvious in the past at least 2 fights. I didn't watch last night's fight because I didn't
Yeah.
fucking care.
Yeah.
I've watched the 2 before and I was like, this is a waste of my fucking time.
Like, you really think if you put him in a room with Ali or Tyson
Tyson would fucking pummel him.
would literally kill him?
If you're gonna pick out old dudes,
Would
pick out
literally-
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Because Mike Tyson will still fuck him up.
whatever happened to that fight that Mike Tyson was supposed to have with somebody? that was,
He was gonna fight.
I can't remember who it was, but I just
Fuck.
remember him training for it.
I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure it was somebody he fought back in the day.
It wasn't Holyfield, was it?
No.
Okay, okay. I didn't think it
Isn't
was. I didn't think it
Holyfield
was. No.
No.
Is he still
No,
alive?
He's alive. Yeah.
I mean, then just the name implies dead, like old, decrepit. Holyfield. Who the fuck do you know is named Holyfield?
That's not
nowadays?
his first name.
Yeah,
It's his last
I know.
name, but
I know.
His first name is Evander.
Even
Evander Holyfield.
it's a crazy name, but it's a name that you read in a book.
That's the name of somebody
It's not a
with
name
one
you
ear.
go to lunch with.
yeah, he's got some hearing problems.
You think you all got hearing
That
problems?
motherfucker's got the cottage ear, bro.
He's got no ear.
Yeah.
It's like, what ear?
I don't know, man. I just don't. I don't think. First of all, the Ben Askren fight. He in the promos you could tell Ben Askren was fucking just like did not even care.
No.
He did not give a fuck.
Because
And then at
they're
the
both
end,
making their money.
yeah,
Yeah.
it looked like he took a fall. He took the money. And then when he's leaving the arena, you see him just fucking smiling. He's had the biggest payday of his fucking life,
Hell
which is
yeah.
true. I'm sure he did. But like that takes away the legitimacy of the sport because more people are watching Jake Paul's boxing fights than actual boxing fights.
Yeah, it's shameless.
I don't like that. I don't like that part at all. Because I think boxing's cool as shit.
Yeah, you watch fucking Tyson Fury fucking fight people, bro. He's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
The motherfucker throws bricks. And, like, it just takes away the legitimacy of the sport. And it was already on rocky water because Floyd Mayweather was beating everybody for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, boxing's dead. Boxing is dying, and it's dying
Floyd couldn't
hard.
beat 50 Cent.
If you can read one page from a Harry Potter book.
Yo. And then what did he clap back with? He said, if you get a video of your kid saying, I love you, Dad. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. 50 Cent's son hates him, and 50 Cent hates his son.
Fuck a ice bucket challenge.
Fuck the bucket of ice.
That's funny as hell.
I hate it. I hate it because Jake Paul, what he is doing with the UFC fighters, because he told Anderson Silva in the press conferences, I don't know if y'all saw this, he said that he made a bet with Anderson Silva because this was different. Like, him and Anderson Silva had a mutual respect. Usually with Jake Paul, he just talks shit about the other person until they clap back. Well, he said he didn't want to talk shit about Anderson Silva because he's a fucking king, one of the greatest fighters ever, which is true. He's a really good fucking fighter. But he told Anderson that if Anderson beat Jake, that he would do an MMA fight with him. But then Anderson Silva was like, I'm too old to do MMA. Let's do kickboxing. Literally, the man is saying, I can't do MMA anymore because he's so fucking old.
Why does he keep fighting old people?
That's the thing.
Why
Like,
doesn't he
That's
just
his
fight
thing.
people? That's his
That's
thing.
his thing. That's his thing.
well, he almost fought
That's fucking
Tommy. He almost
gross.
fought Tommy Fury.
You know,
So
the one time he
weird.
One of
fought
them was
somebody his
overweight or
age, I'm
something.
pretty sure, didn't he lose? Didn't he lose against that YouTuber?
I thought he's undefeated. Or
No, he did beat the YouTuber. It's Logan Paul that didn't beat the YouTuber. That's what pissed me off about the Logan Paul fight against Mayweather. They made that, and I'm like, the one fucking boxing fight that Logan Paul's had, he lost to a fucking YouTuber. Like, where's the legitimacy here? Why? Like, Mayweather's obviously going to take the
none of
bag.
that.
He's Floyd Mayweather.
Boxing hasn't had legitimacy in our lifetimes. It's a dead
Well,
sport.
it's because Floyd Mayweather rocked the
Yeah.
fucking
It's
rocked the world.
It's a fucking
and-
dead sport right now. If some crazy talent comes out of nowhere and we get like Muhammad Ali's second coming, I bet boxing comes back. But otherwise,
Well,
it's dead.
I mean,
on arrival
golf is
right
kind
now.
of was the same way when Tiger was running it. Now
Yeah.
golf has new life.
Well, yeah.
I mean, golf is as popular now
Golf
as it's
is
ever
popular.
been. Like,
Yeah.
pro golf is pretty popular right now. And there's a lot of kings in fucking
Yeah.
pro golf.
Yeah.
But the other way was Jake Paul said if he won, that Anderson Silva had to go half and half on an investment to get good health insurance and better benefits and better pay for UFC fighters.
Yeah,
Not
see,
boxers,
that's great.
UFC fighters. Which is specifically to go at Dana White because he fucking hates Dana White. I don't remember why. I do think that's a good thing because a lot of fighters have come out to say that, like, the UFC does nothing for them. Their payday is what they get for, like, their insurance and stuff. Like, and they don't get paid a lot. Like, in comparison to what they're doing to their bodies, they don't get paid a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Unless they're main eventers. Like, they're getting paid a shit ton. But, like,
Right.
if you're not a main eventer, you might as well go work at fucking McDonald's.
Side hustle at McDonald's.
I mean, you might get knocked out at McDonald's, but less of a chance, I'm sure.
Damn,
And then
imagine you go to order and you got one of them motherfuckers behind the
You
counter.
got Tyron Woodley making you
I'm
a
not
fucking
coming
cheeseburger.
back up there saying my McChicken doesn't have mayo on it.
I'm gonna eat that fucking mayo.
I'm gonna eat it.
I'm gonna take it home and just put it
Yeah,
on
I'm gonna
myself.
eat it.
I'm gonna eat that mayo.
Maybe that's what they should invest in. McDonald's should have a joint partnership with the MMA to train all their cashiers.
Because then they won't fight back.
They
They'll be
won't.
like, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The
Yeah,
customers.
if Jorge Masvidal tells me to make
Way
that fucking
better.
burger, I'm gonna make that fucking burger.
It's like, all right, that's $9 for that McChicken. Shit's in the back to make it.
Go make it, bitch.
That'll just replace them all with robots. I'm sure it's got to come soon.
Well, I mean, McDonald's has kind of started to do that with like
Yeah,
the self-order stuff,
Yeah.
like the self-order kiosks.
Right.
We just need a guy like Mr. T standing next to the kiosk being like, hurry the fuck up!
He's just standing there with his arms crossed, stink eyeing
I
everybody.
pity the fool that orders a McChicken.
Or if the thing actually screamed back at you.
Like, hey, you fuck stick, quit
Yeah.
clicking. I'll get to it in a second.
Like
Because you ever see those old ladies that just keep fucking pecking the screen? I'm like,
Yeah,
honey.
I judge the shit out of them.
I'm like, fuck, give it a
like,
second.
It's 2022. I'm gonna put your ass in a home. Get out of
Dude,
McDonald's.
that
Get out of
generation,
McDonald's.
that generation just has some
It's
issues
tough,
with that
bro.
type of thing.
It's tough.
You know-
I pray to God we're not like that when we're old. We probably will.
We
be.
will be.
We will be.
I know
And
my
at
parents-
that point, just old Yeller me, bro.
My parents are they're in their early 60s, and they had a hell of a time trying to figure out how to watch the Thursday night football games on Amazon Prime.
Are you serious? Jeez.
And they
man.
have Amazon Prime. So
How hard could it be? It's displayed when you open the app.
it is.
What'd your dad say, Jordan? Come over here and set up my football game.
It was
I
actually
can't see the
somewhat
puppet.
very similar to that. He was up in my house the other day grabbing something. He was like, actually, I got another question. I was trying to watch that Thursday night football game the other night, and I can't figure out how to do it the new way. I was like, oh, it's just on Amazon Prime. He was, what do you mean?
Wait, they have internet?
No, they have their phones.
Oh.
So I was like, yeah, you just gotta download the app and you watch it on your
He
phone.
just watches the game on his phone?
I watched it on my phone.
Yeah, you never
He
done
watches
that.
it. Have you not seen him sitting over there?
Well, he sits over here. and
Usually
does
I
that.
have my phone playing. I don't today, but yeah, I was like, yeah, you just gotta download an app and you watch it on your phone. He was like, his only response was, I ain't gonna do it. that was the end of the
It's not that
conversation.
important,
Build
bro.
apps.
He's like, I'm not downloading any shit for that.
I don't want to get a virus on my phone from downloading Amazon. I don't want.
I remember.
I don't know if Elon Musk has anything to do with it, but I don't want him looking at my shit.
I highly doubt Dad
We
even
need
knows
Elon
who
Musk.
Elon Musk
We
is.
could to transition. We could talk about that. That's pretty big news.
I forgot
Twitter.
about that.
Twitter fully
new
taken
Twitter
over
boy.
by Elon Musk,
The new Twitter boy.
cutting 75% of the
I
staff.
forgot I scooted this away from you a minute ago.
Oh, that was nice of you to move it back.
I'm moving it back.
You know, we're gonna put it right
Yeah,
on the
I
edge
saw
here.
the video of him moving in. I don't know how I feel about it. I haven't
don't
decided
like-
how I
don't-
feel about
I
it.
don't really like it, honest. I don't know.
The only thing that I've seen is him making the joke saying, let that sink in, and he carried a sink into the building.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Oh God,
That was funny.
It's about to be ruined.
This
bro.
guy.
Twitter's about to be
No,
ruined.
I don't think it's going to be ruined.
It's gonna
I
go
think,
the way of MySpace.
I don't think so. I don't think Twitter will ever go away.
There's no way he's gonna use this for altruistic purposes.
I think what's going to happen is it's going to be the Wild West again.
I think
I
that's
don't
accurate.
know.
I think
Nobody's
that's what
gonna want to
it'll be.
advertise on it. How's Twitter gonna make money?
People will still want to advertise on
Fuck
Twitter.
no. If there's like a Walmart
Dude.
ad next to some anti-Semitic
I
shit,
understand
that's
what
why
you're saying.
4chan doesn't have ads.
I understand that, but
Yeah,
Twitter
4chan,
has
You know how many users 4chan would have if they?
Twitter
you
has the
know-
biggest base of users of any
Yeah, of
fucking
any-
social media platform.
Well,
so
maybe
it doesn't
Facebook,
fucking
but-
matter.
In the U.S., yeah.
I don't think it really matters at all.
I don't know. It could just. I mean, we say that now, but
Unless something
that's kind of
replaces
taking.
it.
Yeah, it's just like that's kind of just being like, oh well, it's here, so it's gonna stay. Like, oh, well, I mean, MySpace was a thing, and AOL was huge, and Yahoo was big.
See,
They
I
got
don't
replaced, though.
understand-
They got replaced
exactly.
by Twitter and
Twitter's
Instagram.
gonna be replaced by something better, and so's Facebook. And
I don't understand why
Be real.
it is a
Be
problem.
real. It's gonna be real.
Why is it a problem? And this isn't this isn't at you. This is
No,
in
yeah,
general.
yeah.
This is like, why is it a problem if an advertiser is on a website that allows whatever?
because
like,
they're paying money to be promoted
promoted
on
on
that
the,
website
but that
with
doesn't.
that content. It's the same.
I don't see, but
because
that's
it's
not
like-
promoting the
but-
content.
But it is.
That's
It's
promoting
on-
their product, not the
on-
content.
on that website where it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm kind of with LT on this one.
Yeah.
I think like
I'm
if
not
you're
saying
if you're putting your brand in front of someone, even if it's if you're trying to market your brand, you want that in front of as many people as you
many
want.
eyes
You want
as
them
you
to
can.
see
I
that
don't
and to know that.
I don't know.
Well, there's
There
also-
are plenty of other ways to advertise your material without doing it next to hate speech.
I think
Plenty of other ways.
Okay,
you
but
putting it in front of as many people as you can.
So would you buy? So
okay, but think of it this way.
Right.
Google.
Okay.
You've got Google. There's
Yeah.
hate speech all over Google that has not been taken down.
but
there's
in the same
advertisements
way.
all over
and
Google.
That's a bit of a false comparison because Google's a search engine. It's not a social media platform.
It's still an internet site. It's still
Right.
a site. There's
But
no difference.
Google's a way to get to other places.
It's a domain.
And they
Twitter is a
also-
domain.
and
Google is a domain.
Google has also cracked down on a lot of the anti-Semitic shit.
It is cracked down, but it's never
can
going to get rid of
You
it.
can
No
Google
internet
4chan
site.
on Google and it'll pull up, but if you can't like Google individual racist ass threads that are going to be pulling up on there.
I don't see a problem with it in
Yeah.
general
I'm
because
not even saying I see a problem with it. I'm just saying that's going to be the motivation behind these companies' intentions. They
think
are
that's
going to pull out of
dumb.
Twitter if that shit happens.
I think
if
that's
Trump
dumb.
comes back on Twitter, there's going to be a fucking exodus of companies.
I
didn't
think
think
that's
about
dumb. I think that is
There will be
stupid as
a
shit.
biblical exodus because it's seen as an endorsement of their behavior. That's what it is.
That's why I
Because
don't.
it
get-
is. Because
It's
it is.
not.
Yes,
It's
it is.
not. It's
if
not
they
at
let
all.
Trump back on Twitter, they're saying go for it again.
So fucking Bush Light. Okay, I'm not gonna use a beer brand. Logitech. They have an ad on Twitter, and Trump is now on Twitter. Logitech promotes Trump.
Yes.
That is
Because
that
they're
does,
paying-
that does not
Yeah,
correlate
yeah.
at all to me.
I mean,
I don't
That
know
makes
about
okay.
that.
no
let me-
fucking sense.
let me think about this for a second, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Let me think about this
Okay.
for a second.
What?
All right.
But where I'm coming is
Because I find
opinionated.
it, I know, and me too. But I'm saying it's just a bad look for a company when somebody sees from beyond that's not involved in the situation. They hop on Twitter, right? They see an Intel ad right next to somebody saying "Go DEFCON 3 on the Jews." Like that's just a bad look for those companies. People get turned off by.
I
those
think
things.
it's become
basic
that.
psychology. People get turned off by that
It's
because
become
even if
that.
it's not meant to be an association. By just seeing the two things next to each other, it is one.
It hasn't
Because
always been
they're-
like that.
I know,
though.
I know.
Why is it like that now? It's because I
Because-
think
well,
it's
those
because
people are-
companies now
the-
are
the-
like so fucking scared
The
of
situation
everything.
has changed. The situation has changed.
I just
The landscape has changed. We're in a new world.
so like the
People are held accountable now.
See, I think
Somewhat.
but
More
so Logitech should
More
not
so.
be held accountable for putting an ad for mice
Okay,
that
so-
just so,
so why-
happens in
so
the
let's say-
algorithm to
so
go
let's
ahead of a
say-
Trump tweet.
So let's say Intel starts paying money to promote on a full-on KKK form. Are you saying that's not an endorsement of that form?
Twitter is not a KKK forum.
No, that's not what I'm asking. You saying that wouldn't be an endorsement of that form?
I didn't say that at all. That is
Let's
entirely
not-
a different
let's not move on.
situation.
Is that would that be an endorsement? Because they're
If
giving
it,
their
what
money.
is the site's domain called?
Uh,
KKK.net? Then yeah, it's an endorsement.
I hate Jews.com.
It's an endorsement.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the difference between that and Twitter?
Twitter's
A lot.
domain is not a
But at
racial
the same
platform.
basic concept, I'm not saying that, but at the same basic concept of it, they're giving money to a website to promote their content on that website to their viewers. That's an endorsement. To
Okay,
me.
so
To
bookstores
me.
that sell Mein Kampf endorse the Holocaust?
To a certain extent,
know
they
that's a
endorse
different-
reading about it.
What I'm saying
And I think,
is
and that's also different because this might be somewhat controversial. I do think people should be allowed to read Mein Kampf because it's important to educate yourself on
I agree.
I agree with that,
agree.
yeah.
I agree because
Yeah.
because
and
that's
I
history.
don't think that those bookstores in that situation would personally endorse it in that specific way. They would endorse it in the more like fruit of knowledge way. Like it's important to have these books chronologicalized. Like having an ad next to something racist on Twitter is not important.
Okay,
just
so
not
a
important.
commercial on TV, you
Yeah.
have a spot that you know.
Yeah.
Like Applebee's knew that they were going to have an ad after the coverage of Ukraine.
Yeah.
Ukraine. They knew that. On Twitter, it is an algorithm. Right. It is they put every so many tweets,
which makes it even riskier for the companies.
But they don't have any choice in it.
I know. Well, they do. They just can. The choice.
They can just not endorse their product.
There are plenty of other places to advertise.
Capitalism fucking sucks.
Welcome to America.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
That is dumb. That makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't.
That is not. That doesn't seem to me as an
when
endorsement.
People see things, advertisements, next to other things, they associate them with each other. Like it or not, they do.
I don't feel like it. Whenever I see ads and stuff like that, like
I'm
like
not
Facebook.
talking about any of us specifically. I'm talking about people in mass. They absolutely do. If you are a Tucker Carlson person, you are buying more My Pillows than the regular person.
Well, that's on TV though.
Well, I know, but it's the same concept. It's the same concept.
It's a similar concept, but what I'm talking about is specifically Twitter.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about any other websites. I'm talking specifically Twitter.
Right.
Not even Instagram, not Facebook, none of them.
Sure,
Fuck them all.
We can keep it to just Twitter. We can keep it to just Twitter.
Twitter itself,
yep.
It is asinine for me to think that an advertisement next to a tweet that Intel doesn't even know that they are paying money straight to Twitter. That's Twitter's problem.
Well,
why are we not?
Because Twitter's and this is when it kind of goes into like what is social media debate here. But Twitter's hosting that.
Twitter's hosting it. So why is
Twitter is allowing that content?
So Intel takes their ad off in worries that they would get ostracized because they had an ad next to a Trump tweet.
Potentially.
But Twitter allowed the Trump tweet to happen.
Yes. So
so then it's not Intel's problem, and they should not
it would be both of their problems.
They shouldn't be
in that
blackballed.
situation, right?
Like
I mean, I think the root problem would be Twitter. Yes, but I'm just saying companies would fear backlash for still advertising on these platforms.
I think there's a lot of stuff, and I think this is now coming from like me trying to like find like I guess ads in some way for our show, but like I've been doing a lot of research on all this stuff to try to figure out like how it all works, and with a lot of things that I see is that companies are willy-nilly ready to cut advertisements because they're afraid of being blackballed and losing money on their product.
Absolutely they are.
And I don't understand why that
because money rules. The bottom dollar rules. If they think that they're going to make more money by cutting you, they will every single time.
Oh, I totally get that.
Yeah.
I don't think Intel should be put in the position where they're blackballed because Trump tweeted something and their ad just magically came up below it.
I mean, I'm not going to...
That's an opinion from me.
I mean, I don't think that they should be either. I'll be honest. But I'm just saying that's going to be the rationale of these companies. To me, is it that much of a problem what Intel does? If they want to advertise on Twitter, I don't give a fuck. But they're... it's just a bad look for a company to
the way this looks like to me with that is so if Twitter is going to be replaced, the next thing,
who knows what it'll be.
If Twitter is replaced by something that is more ad friendly, then that is going to eventually be replaced with something more ad friendly, and eventually we're going to have a very narrow channel to talk through.
Well, that's maybe
and I'm not even saying racially motivated things. Like racially motivated things we've cut out. So now we've got this big of a plane. Eventually, it's not going to be anything that's hate speech. It's going to be shit that just people don't want to hear.
Well, you don't know that.
Dude, there's channels of that already. There's like
you don't know that.
There's guys.
There's a difference between something you don't like and like.
Okay, tell me the generation past the age of 50, one goes CNN, one goes Fox News, and the channel is tight as hell on both sides.
That's not true. Most people in America aren't politically connected at all.
I'm just using that as an example. I'm saying there's going to be things
like
that people don't want to see.
Narrower.
Well, maybe. We don't know that.
So
liberalism and progressivism is not an absolute.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Okay,
we could keep going down the path we are now for 5 years, and then for the next 30 years after that, we see a regressive towards more conservative social policies in America.
So we take out everything political. We take out everything racial.
Yeah.
So we've got that, which is okay. I'm cool with getting hate speech out, and I'm cool with like keeping as little politics as possible. So here's an example. You've got PETA has a page, and then you've got the Hunters Association has a page.
Yeah.
PETA doesn't like Hunters Association. Hunters Association doesn't like PETA.
Yeah.
So who's going to get silenced?
Nobody.
Eventually, somebody's going to.
Why?
We're
saying that?
slowly closing on this channel.
Who is all of us?
Twitter.
Twitter?
As we're speaking.
I don't see Twitter banning PETA or the Hunter Society.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that's the trend that we're going
People getting
towards.
canceled off of Twitter are like Kanye and Trump.
I understand that those are specifically the ones you hear about with the racially motivated. It's not all that.
Well, sure.
Everybody that's getting kicked off the site is not all
sure.
racially hate speech.
Oh, sure.
Which, fuck them, get them off the fucking platform, that's fine. But as things grow and grow and grow, and we're eventually, like you said, going to move to another platform past Twitter. Because of the money. It's going to have something to do with money, and it's going to be those ads that aren't allowed. Nobody's going to.
Things are born,
Yeah,
Twitter
but
will die eventually. I'm
so
sure.
when Twitter dies because nobody wants to put ads on their platform, then another platform is going to be made with tighter guidelines.
It could just get boring or something. I mean,
so then nothing's going to replace it.
Well, maybe
nothing can replace it. If Twitter gets boring, it's
how are we
text.
supposed to know?
It's text.
Maybe it does get boring. Maybe something comes out that does it in a smoother way, with a better UI and people like
better
the
UI,
owner better.
100%. That's
who
fine.
knows?
But if the platform
that's capitalism,
dies,
though. That's capitalism.
if the platform dies because of the monetization, then the tube is going to get more narrow and more narrow.
Maybe, but I feel like you could have said the same thing when something like MySpace died, and now the internet.
MySpace didn't die because of monetization. MySpace died because it was shit.
I mean, you could say the exact same thing about Twitter right now. Twitter is.
I don't like
shit.
Twitter's UI. Yeah, I don't
Twitter
like
is shit. It gets worse
UI.
with every update.
Yeah.
Same thing like MySpace.
Well,
Same
MySpace.
thing like
What
the
I'm
next
saying is, if a
Twitter's-
company dies, if Twitter dies because of
Yes.
monetization issues
Yes.
with ads not being able to put in your Trump
Yes.
tweets,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying if Twitter dies at all,
and I
because
could
Twitter's
see-
gonna die.
And I could totally see the situation that you just outlined happening. Absolutely could see it. And that's
And
just the
there's a-
fucking way it goes.
It's just
That's
sucks.
the fucking way it
sucks.
goes. I don't think Twitter would actually be pulled down by it, because it's big, honestly.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of companies would pull out enough to affect their bottom dollar.
Yeah, well, and a lot of companies will, and like
Because I mean, Twitter, how else does it make money?
that's it.
That's it. Twitter, I mean,
They
it's
probably get paid
on
from
websites.
Apple and from
people,
Google Play.
People don't even realize on these websites you go to that are free. If you're not paying for it, you are being paid for.
Yeah.
Right?
Somebody's paying
You
for it.
are the product. And on Twitter, they're selling
Ads.
God knows how many ads
There's a
tailored
lot.
specifically to you based on the incalculable amount of data they have on their browsing habits. Are you good?
Yeah, my mom called me like
For
twice.
fuck's sake.
Annette. Come
For
on.
fuck's sake.
Come
I was looking
on.
over at
We're over here
Jordan.
bitching about Twitter, Annette. We ain't
look
got
over
time
at-
for meatloaf.
Thank you, Annette, for introducing some brevity.
I look over at Jordan and like, cause I hear it vibrating, and he's just like,
Well, she texted me what she was calling me about. She said, "Hey, me and Dad made some homemade sausage. We need a sampler." That's what she called me that many times.
Yo.
Come over and get some sausage.
Tell her-
so
ask her
Jordan
what
is
she
a
thinks about
sausage
Twitter.
sampler, is what I'm hearing.
Does she love
No,
Intel?
that was a really good discussion, honestly.
I feel like that's an
but-
important discussion.
It
because
is. Because I feel like it's so hard for us, at least in the situation we're in, to make these calls because we have no fucking idea what's going on behind the scenes.
No, I don't know the
Twitter right
statistics.
now.
I don't know.
And it's.
I don't know their
and-
algorithms. I don't know how any of that shit works.
And we are specifically not let in.
Well, we're
on these
like you said, we're the
processes,
product.
We are
the
the
people
product.
that make it are not the product.
We are the product.
Yeah, a lot of people that work for Twitter don't have Twitters. I wonder why.
I can't blame them because it's fucking bad for you.
It's not good for your
Social
brain.
media is terrible for you. We're all addicted to it,
Well,
myself included.
It does suck because there's a lot of times
It's
like
ingratiated in our culture.
there's a lot of
now.
people that I know that have brought this to my attention, and I'm definitely not going to bring up names because this is their mental health involved. But like seeing some people that are like having a rough time, like say you just got fired, or say that you're not making the money you want to make,
Yeah.
and then you see one of your buddies just bought a fucking Lamborghini or something. That shit's not good. That's not good for your health. Like a lot of those times, if I'm having a bad like week, month, or whatever, like where my mental health is dwindling, the apps get deleted off my phone. I don't delete the account because I want to go back, but like Twitter gets deleted. Twitter is the least that gets deleted. And that takes a while. Like when the earlier this year when the abortion discussion was happening a lot, I had to
Yeah.
fucking clock out because there's a
that's
lot
smart.
of dumb motherfuckers out there dropping some dumb shit.
Man,
I
I get
couldn't
dragged
handle
into
it.
that shit. I don't fight with people online like I used to because it was bad in like high school.
I feel like that one's easy to win though. This year's like whole abortion thing. How do you?
I mean, not even that.
it's easy to win an
I mean,
argument there.
oh,
It's just
God.
like
it's just toxic. It's unhealthy.
It's so toxic.
It's unhealthy for
And-
you. Like we are too social of creatures that have the ability to go argue with anybody online anytime about
Yes.
anything. It's too tempting.
Well, it
It's
sucks
very
because
tempting.
like there's certain things that get blown out of proportion. I don't know how many like not even just my family, but other families I've heard of having like legitimate family arguments, like
yeah.
phone calls, like going to people's houses and shit and arguing over shit they saw on fucking Facebook or
Fucking
Instagram.
ridiculous, man.
It's ridiculous.
ridiculous.
It makes me want to check out even more. And now that I'm like, I have a hobby that is directly connected to the internet, like I can't fully disconnect. But personal accounts are about to go for me. It's gonna be schmutz shit
Oh,
only.
yeah.
That's
Bro,
almost the only thing
do.
I use social
Yeah.
media for now. Is
Yeah, like-
music and SchmutzCast.
I mean, memes nowadays. I get my memes on iFunny anymore, and that's somewhat of a social media, but it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still pretty toxic. I can't lie.
Yeah.
iFunny is pretty toxic itself. But
I'm not downloading that fucking app, bro.
as long as I'm
app
a
is
viewer
terrible.
rather than a user, I feel okay with it.
Terrible.
The moment I start delving into dropping memes, fucking like you said, old Yeller me.
Old
I'm
Yeller,
done.
yeah.
I'm done. Like Stilger, I mean, he's been on iFunny for almost 9 years consecutively every day.
That man's almost about to get his medal of commendation for incel status.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm at like
Yeah.
200 something
Fucking
days
Joe
and I'm
Biden's gonna
broken.
gonna sign the back of the medal for him and pin it on his fucking chest.
King
at the
of
White
memes.
House. King of memes.
King of memes.
Stilger does send me some hot fucking memes
Oh, he
sometimes.
does.
though.
That man's got some.
Like, I know that I won't
taste.
miss out on meme trends because Stilger will keep me updated. And
naturally.
like sports, if I want to keep up with sports, ESPN keeps me updated on scores and shit and trades and everything related.
Naturally.
Gaming, I don't need social media. I don't really care to keep up with gaming news. I do just because it interests me, but if I don't, it's fine. I've been reading that book instead of Twitter. Like I would before I go to bed, I read Twitter. When I'm on the shitter, I read Twitter. When I'm like sitting in the car waiting for food, I look at Twitter.
Yeah.
Now it's Lord of the Rings. It's the book, and it has really changed my mental health a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I'm not even like seeing arguments or anything on Twitter, so that it's weird to me that it's just like that mental change of like I'm seeing so much different shit. It's overstimulating me.
Oh, without a doubt.
And then having a fine line book where you're following a story is just so much easier on the mind than just seeing all this shit flash in front of your face all day.
Yeah, I like podcasts for that reason.
Podcasts are great. and
I live off of podcasts.
I do
man.
too. I love
Podcasts are
some
great.
podcasts.
I
This
love
one
podcasts.
especially.
This one especially.
Say
If you
less.
love
This
a
podcast
podcast,
especially.
Hey,
this podcast
I know one or
is the
two
way to go.
podcasts for y'all. Maybe one.
What, you got a recommendation?
Yeah, SchmutzCast. You ever
That's-
seen it?
Whoa!
Hey, it's four handsome ass motherfuckers sitting on couches.
And
They got
three and
merch.
a
I
half.
don't know if y'all heard, but that
Oh!
podcast got merch now. We got let me come up a little bit. We got the SchmutzCast hoodie. Comes in white, black, and gray. You can get a t-shirt, a baseball tee, long sleeve.
That's
Go
right.
get that shit. And something to celebrate with that is I got my domain back from GoDaddy.
You did.
Hey, yes.
PapaSchmutz.com is
That's
live.
right.
I
Fuck
did not know
GoDaddy.
that. Holy shit.
Go to
Thank God.
PapaSchmutz.com. They screwed me again, but I have the domain now.
That's all I care about.
PapaSchmutz.com.
PapaSchmutz.com. I don't have an
Schmutz.
e-commerce section. They wouldn't let me have one.
Why?
I don't know why. So now it's the same way you ask questions on there. That's the only way I could get it going. So what you need to do is you need to look at the selections on the shop page on PapaSchmutz.com, and there's going to be a name, email address, and then a description. Put in the description your size, your color, and what type of clothing you want. And there'll be a PayPal and Venmo link below that. And yeah, send us that money. Send us the the order, and we'll get that going for you. A lot of people got confused on the $10 shipping thing, especially a couple of our friends were like, I don't want to pay $10 shipping, so can you, like, meet me with it? I'm like, boys, that was literally just for people that are out of state or out of country.
Yeah.
That's just a broad number that I just threw out there. I just came up with that randomly.
$10.
Because I asked Megan, like, what usually people ship stuff for, and she said, I think it's like $8 to $10 in the States.
Yeah.
If it's across country.
Well,
so,
look at that. The quality's good.
It's a nice
Look at
hoodie.
it. That's
It's
good
comfy as
threading.
shit. It's breathable.
Stick your hands in the pockets. Show us the pockets work. The pockets
Look
work.
at that.
Oh, they work great.
They work
perfectly.
well.
You
They
can
work
even do them the other way if you want.
Wait a minute. Will
God.
this stay in there?
Can you fit
Whoa,
things
whoa,
in the
Look
pockets?
at it. Look at it. Watch. Boom!
Staying
Right
in.
there.
You
Wait,
want
wait,
to
wait,
pull it back out? Pull it back out?
Oh,
That's a functioning pocket right there. That's a
That's fine.
functioning pocket right
Yeah.
there.
That
Who else's
pocket
merch you know got
functions.
that shit?
Ah, jeez.
Nobody's.
You can't afford not to get one of these sweatshirts.
You can't.
It's
Listen,
a pocket
we had
that
a
actually
friend,
holds shit.
He had monkeypox and plaque psoriasis all over his body, and he bought one article
Just
of,
one.
of
Just one.
SchmutzCast merch, and I swear to God, the next day, gleam.
For
gleam.
one $30
Man was a
hoodie.
fucking leper.
$30
Man was a
hoodie.
fucking leper before he bought the hoodie, and you know what? Now he's out there dancing in the club with
With all of his
beautiful
limbs.
Italian
All of his
women.
limbs. All his limbs grew
and,
back.
and
They all
nobody's
grew
moving away
back.
from him. No, they all want to. They go up and they say, "Hi, how are you? You look so fucking sexy." And
Instead
cool
of
in that
instead of
hoodie."
unclean, he's saying I'm clean.
He's Mr.
clean.
Clean.
I
clean.
am
He's
clean.
Mr. Clean.
Now that I have these clean ass SchmutzCats merch.
It's good shit.
That's
It's
right.
going towards making the podcast better for you all to watch. It's gonna make my stream better to watch. And just support your boys. They're not
Support us.
expensive. The most expensive thing's a $30 hoodie.
That's not bad.
$30, and it's a nice hoodie. It's breathable. It feels
Look
nice.
at it.
It's got a functioning pocket.
If you pay $50, we'll send you the one that he's actually wearing right now. He won't even wash it.
nope,
before he
won't
sends
wash it.
And
The
if you-
sweat will.
If you send it
pay
$60,
$65,
we'll send you that jacket and his actual phone number along with it.
You send us $100, we'll all wear it and then send it to you, and
Yeah.
we'll go work out.
150. We'll give you some of LT's bathwater with that.
200. I'll put the hoodie on legs first.
That's it. That's all. Yeah, that's the.
Well,
It's going to the highest bidder at this
Wow.
point. Like, let's see if we could get like in the comment section some people like bidding on this right here.
give me a bid for
can't
my
wait to see
hot,
how
sweaty,
no one
fat
bids
guy
for that.
sweatshirt.
Comments are gonna be like, "Shut the fuck up." Jim."
I'll
With-
hop on there and I'll be like, let's start the bidding at $5,000. So what do we got? Huh?
Let's end this on a spooky note since we got Halloween. We're just gonna go quick through it. I had some stories to tell. So around our area, there's two places. There's one called Captain's Peak, and then the other one is Devil's Canyon. So at Devil's Canyon, there's always been rumors that at Halloween there's cults out there that do shit. Like there's not really much paranormal stories. There's a couple.
They finna be out there tonight.
Probably be out there at
Wanna hit
midnight.
it up?
Legit, I'm not even kidding. Like
Let's hit
people
it
do
up.
go out there. Like I went out there one time with
Devil's Canyon's popping
with Jacob
tonight, bro.
Shit,
and
bro, party.
Jacob and Nick
Yeah.
and some other people. We went out there and we went to this cool little archway cave spot.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a little stone in the middle, like like all those Bible movies back in the day where they got the stone and they like chop the head off or something.
Yeah.
There was blood all over it, chicken feathers everywhere. Like there's legit cults that do shit there.
Cool.
They do their rituals and shit. The way
I'm glad
that started,
I'm glad they have a place.
they got a place
And
away
he-
from us.
You don't want to do that
Eat
stuff at
somewhere.
home. You don't want to shit where you eat.
That's right. That's right. I hope they
Go
at
in the
least eat
woods like a
chicken.
bear.
There's the one story that was always told back in the day is that in like the 60s, a family was driving through that highway because it's right off the highway on Halloween night, and they got out and were gonna start walking just to get somebody to help them. So the dad starts walking and the mom and the kids stay there, and the dad doesn't find anybody and comes back and his wife and kids are gone. And he's like, well, I don't know where the fuck they are. Starts trying to work on the car, can't get it. And then he starts walking into the woods and then doesn't find them there, and then finds his son's body like laying out in the woods, and then goes back to his car, and then he goes home, tells the police about it. The police go, they never find that body, and they never find his family, and I think he died in a car wreck like 2 weeks later.
Jesus.
So that was interesting.
That's sad.
It's a sad story.
Yeah.
Another one is there's
Happy
a
Halloween.
house. So that is next to Blue River. You all know where Blue River is.
Yeah.
So
I'm
there's
pretty
a
sure I know what you're
house
talking about.
at the top of the hill at Blue River, not in Milltown, but it's off of Blue River, and there's a house there. I have seen this house, but I never knew anything about it. Nobody lives there anymore. It's like it was at World War II, at the time of World War II, and the son, it was a mother, a father, and a son, and the son said, I want to go to war. I want to, help the country. So he goes to war, and his mom put a lantern at the window because she was so upset about it. She said, I'm going to put this lantern here so you can find your way home. Seems like a weird thing to do, whatever. But leaves the lantern there, and her son eventually dies in Europe in one of the battles. It wasn't one of the big battles, but he died.
One of them.
He died. So the news came back to them, and the wife died of malnutrition because she wouldn't eat because she was so upset about her son. So then she dies, and the husband starts building something down by Blue River that people see, and they're like, I wonder what he's doing. I guess he's building a fence. And they said it looked like a fence. He was building a fucking gallows to hang himself from, and he hung himself
Jesus.
there. And there's those paranormal rumors that you can hear him crying because of his deceased family, and then if you go there on a full moon, that you'll see the lantern glow in the window. I would like to go look just to see.
I also want to go look.
Man, I gotta vacuum my dog tonight.
The other one is
Wait a minute, you don't have a vacuum.
Captain's Peak
He
is
has a
like
dog, though.
right down the way, like 5-10 minutes from my house, and there's now like a 30-foot drop off. Apparently back in the day, it's on the side of a giant hill. So back in the day, you could just walk up there. But now, and that was according to my grandma, but now you can like see that part of it broke off, and you have to throw a rope up there and climb up.
Yeah.
But what it was is there was a guy that ran the barges on the river, the big river, and he loved it, and then he saw a bunch of other people, as he was getting older, a bunch of other people, and there was like the big industrial boom, that there's more barges coming through, and he's like, they're all coming through my river, and they're fucking shit up. And he hated them. He would like sabotage the barges down there. And when he died, before he died, he requested that when he died to have a tomb for him put up on the top of that hill to overlook where his barge would stay on the river. And they put like a little window for his face. And it's not really a haunted thing, but I think it's like kind of cool. My uncle on my mom's side and my grandma says that they've heard it, and my uncle went there, and I think my grandma went there too. Yeah.
Damn, that's interesting.
But now you can't. I mean, you could. I mean, you can get there, but my fat ass ain't climbing it.
That would be very interesting.
Something
I
that's
kind of want to go climb it.
Just
I wanna go
yucking
see
a
it.
rope up there and free climbing up a little
Yuck.
space.
God.
I don't know. I like.
I feel
those
like you'd
kind
have
of
enough
things.
adrenaline at that point. Like,
Yeah, you'd have to.
Another really dark thing that actually just happened recently is a new song came out, and it's really good when you're in a dark room.
Hey. That's your cue.
I can't lie.
That's your cue, bro.
I can't lie. I was waiting to see what song it was because I didn't know what you were talking about.
Motherfucker, it's your song. Since Jordan can't explain it, he's got a new song out. under the name Jordan Werner called Dark Room. His first song released on all streaming platforms.
Yeah, give him some for that.
Streaming
Yeah.
platforms,
Yeah.
My man with his song.
my very first music video on YouTube under the same name. Yeah, I was pretty excited about it. Stayed up till midnight, waited. Me and our other roommate Ethan, we took a shot at midnight when we saw it up on Apple. It was a good night. I was really excited about it.
Yeah, I was up at midnight as well, and I listened to it at midnight. Well, it was like
guy.
it didn't pop up on mine till like 12:09 or something.
Oh, mine was like 12:02.
Yeah.
I saw it on 12:02.
Yeah, I didn't.
think this was the
Super hot
screenshots
fire.
Great song for a Halloween evening. It's not a spooky song. It's just called Dark Room. I just use that as a transition. It's a great song. What would you describe it as? Just a little
Spooky rock?
Little quick
one of my buddies from school, he texted me about it. He was like, "Bro, that sad boy Midwestern emo shit is what I love."
Sad boy Midwestern
I think that's what he called it.
That is.
I fuck with it.
kind of works.
Yeah, it
It
does.
does kind of work.
Yeah.
And
Everybody needs some
I mean-
sad boy music. I mean, shit.
Midwestern emo.
sad boy Midwestern emo.
That'll
It's-
do
I
it.
think that's what he said. Or he might have just said Midwestern emo.
Well,
The
But it
sad
was
boy
so-
in there.
It's not even. Well,
yeah,
yeah. It.
little.
Who's the label
Sad
that
boy
you-
Midwestern
Not a
emo.
bad-
Who's the label that you published through?
Angel Run Records LLC.
Slay.
Owned by 2 out of the 4 men in this room.
That's right.
Period.
We got that LLC.
Period. Ah.
Fact check us.
In fact, it is an LLC.
It's under the in.gov. Yeah, we
That's
got an
right.
LLC.
You got it.
That's a
We own a
for-profit.
tax ID number for that
we
shit, man.
are,
Organization.
John
We got
and
the
I have
paperwork.
a tax ID number
That's
for
a-
Angel Run Records.
We
pretty cool.
we own the tax.
Should we get
sorry,
Schmutz LLC?
You could do. We could do. We could talk about a potential like business
A
like
merger.
merging here.
Well, I've been trying to look into getting the word Schmutz or SchmutzCast copywritten
Yeah.
because I don't want anybody stealing that.
Of course not.
Don't want it stealing.
I don't want it stolen.
Stolen.
I want it to be mine and mine alone.
I don't want the Schmutz stolen.
Give him his intellectual property rights.
Give me my property.
The IPR.
We did get this past week got a $5 donation. Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
Hey,
Appreciate you all.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Say less.
Y'all helping us out. That's like the fucking 5th donation we've got, and we've only started. We started like 3 months ago. So like,
We're not even 15 episodes in.
nope.
Was
Next
this
only
week,
14?
the
Is it
big
13?
1-5.
Beautiful.
And I
We're only
think
14
I
episodes.
think if
14.
timing does correctly, episode 15 will be the end of season 1. We made it through
Damn.
season 1 without missing a week.
Yeah, I was gonna
Go
say
us.
through season between the gap since he's moving. Bear with us if we miss a week or something.
We may
in there.
miss a week between seasons,
We
but
don't
it's gonna
want
come
to,
back
trust
bigger and
us.
better.
Well, we talked about doing one at my house.
If
in the
if
interim.
yeah, so what?
But I mean, you're literally moving, bro.
I'm moving,
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's we love the podcast,
Yeah.
but you're moving into a new house.
the thing I
It's a
told
lot of
John
shit.
that
Yeah.
the week before I move, I'm gonna show him how to do this, so that if you all want to do one at John's house to cover that week, by all means, like go for it. If you all don't feel like it, that's fine. But when I come back, it's season 2, bigger, better. I'm investing in some cool
right.
decorations for the new studio.
Hotter, sweatier,
So sweatier.
dirty.
There was
And I
gonna
don't give a
be
fuck what
no
TikTok
AC
says. My
unit.
girls are gonna be
We're
there.
gonna be filthy, and you're gonna like it.
We're gonna be filthy. There's gonna be a
Couple.
little bit of butt crack.
That's
a
right.
little bit of butt crack, and TikTok's gonna fucking deal with
4
it.
hogs
Fuck 'em.
rolling in the mud. That's all we are.
I lost like 30,000 views because of the fucking butts.
So what?
So
I was so
Fucking
mad.
stupid.
I re-uploaded it with censor, and it died.
Fuck.
I mean, it didn't die. It got like 10,000 something views, but like
Still.
it was
R.I.P.
hot off the presses before it got taken down.
I feel like if a girl can put stuff on TikToks, where like
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like,
fucking Amaranth
you know-
is streaming on Twitch, fucking just in a hot tub full of chocolate milk or some shit.
You know what we
Disgusting.
should do? We should just replace
What's
that
that link?
picture with us four doing that picture.
And chocolate
Yeah, bro,
milk.
I'm in. I'm in.
Nah.
Why don't we do a podcast in a kiddie pool? A little hot tub kiddie
Hey,
pool.
we got a kiddie pool.
That'd be kind of
We
fire.
got a
No
kiddie
cap, dude.
pool.
Y'all never
Well-
even used that thing.
Yeah, we did.
I want to say
times.
thanks for
times.
sticking with us all the way. We started in summer, and we're coming up on winter, and we're still doing it. We're getting more support by the week, and I love you all for it. Happy Halloween! It'll be past by the time you all see this, but hope you had a happy Halloween. I know we're gonna, don't do too many tricks, but eat a lot of treats. This has been SchmutzCast 14. I'm Papa Schmutz.
I'm Johnny Will.
The corniest thing ever. I'm Brandon Keefe.
Thanks for sticking with us. See y'all next week. Peace out.